It started with the barbecue. Smoke, laughter, the metallic hiss of beer cans. Cracking open, her grin wide, careless, cut through the noise like a blade. Through silk. "So what? You file paperwork for the army?" she said loud. Enough for the table to hear. I wiped my hands on a napkin. "No," I said. "I fly," she snorted. "Oh yeah, what's your call sign?" "Iron Widow." That name turned the air to glass. My wife's father, retired Navy SEAL, the kind of man who never flinches, went still. His beer froze halfway to his mouth. "Girl," he said quietly, "apologize now." She blinked, confused, laugh still sitting at the back of her throat. For what? He didn't look at her. His eyes were on me, and in them I saw it, the flicker of recognition. He knew exactly who I was, and that was the moment I knew my plan had worked. Hadn't always been like this. When I met Emily, I was still active duty, 29, reckless, living on adrenaline and code words. She was steady, grounded, the calm to my chaos. Her family adored her, worshipped her, even the perfect daughter, the golden sister. I thought she was my anchor. Turns out she was just a weight I had to cut loose. The affair started simple. They always do. I wasn't supposed to see her sister's text lighting up her phone while she showered. Last night was worth the risk. I didn't explode, didn't scream, didn't even touch the phone. Again, I just watched. Patterns emerged. The late night work calls, the perfume. That wasn't hers. The way she smiled at her sister like there was a private joke between them. I didn't confront. Collected every lie, every touch, every whisper. Evidence cataloged and locked. Behind a password only I knew. I was trained for intelligence work. After all, surveillance came naturally. The night I confirmed it, I didn't cry. Poured myself a glass of bourbon, opened the laptop and mapped out a flight plan. Not for the skies, but for destruction. The first step was silence. You learn that in the field. Don't telegraph your moves. I made her believe we were fine. Better even. Date nights, weekend trips, little surprises. While she relaxed, I was liquidating accounts, shifting assets, gathering witnesses. Her sister was careless. Always had been. The kind of person who thinks secrets are invisible if they whisper them in the dark. I fed her rope, one text at a time. She took it gladly. By the time I left the house, the lawyers already had everything. Divorce papers signed, assets frozen, military benefits protected. She'd have to explain to her father, Commander Lawrence Hartman, why she lost everything to irreconcilable differences and adulterous misconduct. But that wasn't the endgame. That was just the prelude. I wanted the truth to rot her from the inside out. Which brings us back to the barbecue. Her sister Leah was there, all confidence and sunburned arrogance. She hadn't looked me in the eye once since the fallout. Maybe she thought time had dulled me. Maybe she thought forgiveness was the same thing as forgetting. Wasn't army paperwork. She'd said that was her attempt to shrink me, to rewrite me into something manageable. And that's why I said it. Iron Widow. Her father's face drained of color. Leah looked between us, puzzled. He spoke again, quieter this time. "You flew Falcon Squadron, didn't you?" I nodded once. He swore under his breath. Everyone else went silent. Leah forced a laugh. "What? She's some kind of war hero now." I snapped to her. "Your sister-in-law flew the extraction mission over Ghazni, the one that saved 12 men and cost her co-pilot his life." The words hit her like shrapnel. The story wasn't a secret, but it wasn't public either. Classified until last year. I'd never told Emily. I never told anyone. Didn't need medals or parades, but I knew her father. I knew his reverence for people who bled for their duty. Knew that hearing my call sign would rewrite the way he saw me and the way he saw his own daughters. Leah's smirk dissolved. Emily's face turned pale. That was the moment I struck. Iron. Widow, I said again softly this time, because I lost my husband over Ghazni, and I swore I'd never let anyone betray me again. Gasped. Forks dropped. Her father closed his eyes. He understood. Now, Emily whispered, "You planned this." I looked at her every inch. The silence stretched. The grill hissed in. The background, I could feel their eyes, burning through me, trying to piece together just how long I'd known, how far I'd gone. "You embarrassed me," I said, finally keeping my voice level. "You took my loyalty and fed it to your sister like scraps. So I made sure the world saw what you really are." Her father looked from me to his daughters. His voice cracked for the first time. "Get out," he said to them. Not to me, and they did. I stayed behind, nursing a glass of bourbon while the sun went down. The old man didn't say much, just nodded once, slow like a soldier, acknowledging another. Later, when the fire burned low, he said quietly, "You didn't have to do it this way." "Maybe not," I said. "But you taught them strength. I just showed them consequence." He almost smiled. When I drove home that night, I rolled down the window. The air was cold, clean. Hadn't realized how heavy silence could be until I was finally breathing in peace. They thought I was just a pilot, a paper pusher, a wife who'd looked the other way. But they forgot flight isn't about speed. It's about precision, calculation, timing. And when you've been trained to strike from above, you never miss.